But I want to get Danny Kanell of CBS Sports HQ, Cover 3 podcast, Sirius XM. Just walk outside and look up. You'll see him. Danny, we appreciate you coming on, man. We picked a hell of a day to do it, didn't we?
You could not have picked a better day, Jake. It's great to be on, man. I'm fired up. It's been a wild 24 hours. And what better day to do it? I don't know if you guys knew this. 100 days out to the dot of when we're starting college football. It's almost like maybe somebody knew it, the football gods or somebody.
You mean like at SEC Media Day last year when they said Texas and Oklahoma are coming to the SEC?
Yep, one of those bombshell days. And I love the conversation you guys have, and I think you guys bring up some outstanding points. And here's the thing, because I think all you guys make really good points. Why are they airing this out publicly? Because this is the first time the SEC specifically has had an unwritten rule for the last 2 decades. Really, when Florida was put on probation, they realized, you know what? If we're telling on each other, it's not really good for the conference. What good does it do if some of our schools get in trouble? So they're like, everybody knows what's going on. We're just going to keep it in-house. We're not going to air it out publicly. And it's worked to perfection. I mean, they're the strongest conference in college football. But now with NIL, when things are, I guess, legal by state law, everyone's airing out their dirty laundry. And it's awesome. And I don't know. I think it was Blaine. I think you said that, there's no way this will come out. I wouldn't be so sure, man, because they've both opened the door. They put a massive bullseye on their back by proclaiming their innocence. Yeah. Well, I've never bought a player. Watch out. You go ahead. They put a bullseye on your back.
Danny, here's my thing. To me, I think this is legitimately 100% personal between Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban, and it's gotten to this point because it is so personal. Because if you really think about it, these guys have been together a long time. Now, Jimbo Fisher was under Nick Saban during the rise of Nick Saban, and that helped get Jimbo where he needed to be and where he is now. So their relationship has mostly been friendly. But at this point, to me, it's fractured. I just still cannot believe. I can believe what Jimbo said. I can believe that Jimbo said that. I'm not shocked that Jimbo said that. I'm shocked that because Nick Saban makes very calculated moves. Yeah. There isn't a moment where Nick Saban's just going willy-nilly and I'm just going to say whatever. Nick Saban took a shot at not only A&M, he took a shot at Deion Sanders, who's at Aflac with him. That's a big deal. And Jackson State and really Miami's basketball program, talking about Isaiah Wong and that $400,000 to come back. I just feel like it has gotten to a point where it is so personal between these guys that he aired the dirty laundry. That's what shocked me the most, Danny.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it got personal. I mean, Jimbo, who I always thought, look, well aware of his history, was under Jimbo, under Saban, obviously at LSU, under Coach Bowden, my coach at Florida State. When he comes out today and he says there are some coaches you learn how to do the right things like Bobby Bowden, and there's some coaches you learn not how to do things the right way. And he said, why do you think I never went back and coached with him?
I know.
That's taking a shot below the belt. I mean, that's about as low as it gets. Yeah. And then what I can't understand is why Jimbo and any of them are like in such denial of we're not doing things when everyone's doing this now and no one has a real problem with it. Like everyone's, we're NIL, you can pay for play. I don't love it. I wish it was as it was supposed to be, which is if you had a Heisman Trophy winner like Bryce Young, he could make some money. Clearly, it has devolved to a place really quickly with less than a year where all of a sudden we're seeing it's pretty blatant pay for play. But everyone's doing it, so why not just admit it? Why not be, step up your game? Like, I'm surprised Jimbo didn't say, we dominated you. Good luck trying to catch us. I do wonder, so from Nick Saban's perspective, I do think there is an aspect of, I think he sees the shift in power because who's dominated recruiting the last 15 years? Alabama's been 1, 2, or 3 since Saban's got there. And now all of a sudden, Georgia's taken that mantle. And look, it's what happened. Georgia wins a national championship. Texas A&M this year is taking that mantle. Miami's starting to steal
Look at USC, Danny. Look at
Absolutely.
USC.
So Nick Saban's stranglehold on the best, classes every single year is slipping. And I think that is where this comes from. You mentioned the calculated, comments. I think there for a reason. I think he would love to kind of go back to the way it was, but you're not putting that genie back in the bottle.
No, you're not. And Blade, I'm going to get a question from the Booster Club with Danny too while we got him. When I'm looking at NIL, and I'm with you, I was all for it, but we didn't put guardrails on it. We let that out of the bag. You opened up Pandora's box, that and the transfer portal that came together to form this mega hurricane in college football. And now you just took away the 25 scholarship limit a year, which you had to because the way you're doing the transfer portal now. You were hanging the coaches out to dry. That's why we have some schools with 71 scholarships filled and 72 instead of the 85, which every coach wants a full ship. But Danny, you're exactly right. Saban had a stranglehold on it, and he taught Kirby how to do it. He gave the blueprint to a lot of guys. You look at Mario Cristobal and all these guys. But my thing is, like Cone said, Saban coming out and saying, I've never bought a player. You played college football a while ago. We all played college athletics. Everybody is buying everybody. You just started hearing about NIL now. Jimbo Fisher even said that. And you got people now coming out of the woodwork saying, well, wait a minute, Coach Saban, you offered me $60,000 to go to Alabama. Why would you risk that when you know what you did and people know where the bodies are buried? Rush Probst right now is probably trying to knock down the door of the CIA building to put him in some ivory tower on some coast like they used to do during the Roman days and put guards in a moat around him.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm most surprised about in all of this is that that's an emphatic statement. I've never bought a player. Now, I'm sure you get into the semantics of it. Nick Saban, in his mind, probably believes that. I've never personally been involved in buying a player. But there are people that are at an arm's length where there is plausible deniability.
Hey, that's exactly what we were saying. Yep.
Exactly. And that's who you're talking, like Rush Probst saying he needs an ivory tower. Like that's where, but do you really want to open that up? And I would say Nick Saban should not and would not. I mean, Travis Johnson, former Florida State player, was out, and I'm sure Billy Lucci will talk about it. I saw he found the tweet, which was awesome. He's saying, I was offered 6 figures to go to Alabama back in 2000, and I chose not to go. And he referenced a couple other players. And there are going to be more players that come out, whether they were at Alabama. Maybe there's a player that felt burned by Saban at some point. He's going to come out and admit it. Maybe there's somebody that was offered by multiple schools like Travis Johnson, and there was an offer there. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we're going to start to hear from stories coming out of players and what they were offered and what they were paid.
Yeah, you can have a lot of Eric Ramsey situations like you did at Auburn that got them on probation with Terry Bowden. I don't know who's giving out more Chargers, Alabama or Elon Musk.
All right, hey, if you like what you heard, go ahead and ring that bell. Turn those notifications on. We're bringing it every day daily from 2 to 3 Central, and we want you here. I can hear it ringing now.